In the 1970s, inflation soared due to several factors. The decade witnessed oil price shocks triggered by geopolitical events, resulting in sharp increases in energy costs. Additionally, expansive fiscal policies and wage price spirals fueled by strong labor unions contributed to rising prices. The abandonment of the gold standard and increased money supply further fueled inflationary pressures. The combination of these factors led to a sustained period of high inflation, eroding purchasing power and causing economic instability in many countries. In the 1980s, inflation remained a significant challenge for many economies. This decade was marked by aggressive monetary policies aimed at curbing inflationary pressures. Central banks, particularly in the United States under the leadership of Paul Volcker, adopted tight monetary measures, including high interest rates, to combat inflation. These policies led to short-term pain but succeeded in bringing down inflation rates. Additionally, declining oil prices in the 1980s helped ease inflationary pressures. Despite these efforts, inflation remained a concern, albeit at lower levels compared to the previous decade, as structural issues and wage pressures continued to influence price dynamics. The low inflation environment in the 2000s was influenced by stable oil prices, globalization and outsourcing, technological advancements, independent monetary policies, global economic stability, demographic factors, and import price pressures. The decade saw relatively stable oil prices, increased competition through outsourcing, technological advancements improving productivity, central banks' inflation targeting, stable global economic conditions, demographic changes reducing consumption, and an influx of inexpensive imported goods. While inflation varied across countries, these factors collectively contributed to the overall low inflation rates during the 2000s. Inflation has become a significant issue in the United States and other advanced economies. A Pew Research Center analysis of 44 countries shows a substantial rise in consumer prices since the pre-pandemic period. Turkey and Israel experienced the highest inflation rates, while Italy, Switzerland, and Greece also saw significant increases. In the United States, inflation averaged just below 7% in the first quarter of this year. While there are variations, most countries followed a pattern of low inflation before the pandemic, a dip during the pandemic, and a subsequent rise as economies recovered. Monitoring and addressing inflation has become a top priority for policymakers.